I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Hi, it's Maria Sai, and it's okay. Okay. It was like, it like made a weird noise.
I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin. I'm Maria Menounos, and you're... I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Hello.
Hi, it's Maria Sai with AfterBuzz TV for Gay Twitter with Brian and Ollie. You guys are looking more delicious than a snack at Hope, honey. Look at y'all.
Thank you.
So are you.
Yes.
So are you.
Yes. We all like bomb.com.org.
Thank you. Woo! .ca.
Work,
honey,
work.
Yes.
.edu.uk.
Yeah. I love you. .au. I beat you.
Adore Delano, where are you at, girl?
Yes, adore, honey. Welcome back to Gay Twitter. We have so many fun topics to get into. We have a bunch of news we're going to jump into. We have, obviously, Brian's Pop Diva dish, honey. We have Ollie's Read All About It. It's going to be so good. And
Oh, yes.
Ollie always takes us deep, so it's really good.
You know, I just
And-
want some hot tea. Need some hot tea.
Yes, right
Yes.
there. Get it.
Hot tea in the hand, hot tea there. This week, we don't have a guest because we just wanted to be the three of us. Like, just have a little kiki on our own. And in case anyone doesn't know what a kiki is a group of gay men getting together. A kai-kai is a group of drag queens having sex. So you heard it here first.
Just a little threesome this week, okay?
Yeah.
You know, nothing big. We really didn't want a fourth this week.
Yes, I know.
No force,
Just
no
us.
force.
Like COVID,
Yeah.
you know, just got to be on your own. You know, you're your own best friend.
Yes. Oh, yes. And we're on, you know what? We're on Zoom, so we can have a threesome and it's safe. It's all good. Love her. Love our producer for hitting us with the
So
shade.
cute.
Love her. Let's get into, okay, hundreds of gay bars are obviously closed. We can't hit up those clubs. We can't get into it. So a lot of people online were kind of breaking it down. What does this mean for us? A lot of people are doing happy hours on Zoom. Gay clubs are hopefully going to open up and do parties on Zoom. We have drag queens doing performances. Like my favorite drag queen, Marty Cummings, who's running for office, did a drag show last week. Super fun. You can Venmo the drag queens. What do you think, Brian, about all this, like this new trend of like Zoom events and Zoom parties? Are you here for it?
I absolutely love it. You know, when I read that article, it did make a lot of sense that, I mean, it was kind of a reach, I would be completely honest. The whole like gays like need social, and I was like, okay, like just be on yourself. Like it's not that big a deal. But I do kind of agree that, you know, there is that aspect of, you know, being in social settings and being around other people that definitely helps you to kind of feel, I guess, not really whole, but just feel something. So I do love the Zoom parties. I love everybody kind of just getting together while still social distancing, because it is a time for us to really connect with people that we, you know, we forgot to connect with, or we wanted to connect with more. So I love it. This is the perfect way to do it. But please do keep doing it on Zoom. Do not do it in person, because I was just on, you know, some social networks the other day, and all these people are like, so when are we meeting up? And I'm like, never, stay the hell home. Goodbye.
Brian, when you're saying social apps, are you talking about Grindr, honey?
Oh no, never.
Never.
I'm a good Christian, so it's like Christian mingle and
Perfect.
Farmer
If it's
needs a
good enough,
wife.
yeah.
and
I love it. I love that. Ollie, what do you think? Do you think this is gonna last, or are the gays gonna start to congregate outside of
Oh
this?
God, I want it to last so bad because just as Bryant was saying, I know people who are like hitting me up on my DMs, like, come over, it's fine. I've been quarantined, self-quarantine, and I just find it very irresponsible. Like people are just getting really bored. It's been over a month. Well, for me speaking, I've been quarantined for over a month right now, so I haven't seen like my family and friends. So it really does suck. So shout out to everyone with their family and friends. I know it might get on each other's nerves, but going back to the gays, it's just very disappointing because I have those apps, you know, and it's just like I go on them and people want me to come over, and I'm like, no, I don't think that's okay. Like, if anything, I hope these shows and these streaming events on Facebook or Instagram really helps people stay at home and get them interested. It's a form of entertainment. I mean,
yes.
People are still like, it just really sucks when you know people personally who are having people over for like to celebrate their birthday and just like do the Zoom thing. It's just very, very irresponsible. And
absolutely,
it's saddening. Even though people think that they're safe, you never know who you're exposed to. You never know what you have. You never know what those people are. And it's just, it creates a domino effect. So keep these Zoom parties and these IG lives coming for the gays, okay? Because it's really important.
Yes, it really is. And I think a lot on gay Twitter, it was really funny. A lot of people were commenting like, this is what it felt like when we were in the closet, we were on AIM, or we were like at home and we didn't get to go out to clubs. So kind of pretend in some ways that like, you're not fully out and you're kind of like, I mean, and I'm not saying go back in the closet, but I'm saying we've all been there where we've had to hide. So take that time to kind of get that energy and restructure and realize that like, you're not going to die if you don't go out. The problem is you might die if you go out. So like really think about that. And I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but sometimes I think it's important that people hear things kind of harshly. I think that's very important to kind of get that point across. Speaking about people getting points across very eloquently, Dr. Fauci, obviously he went on and did a briefing, and he is like came out of nowhere and has kind of been a hero to a lot of people. He came out and spoke about how HIV pandemic was very similar to COVID-19 and how, because that was happening to the gay men and the way that we dealt with it and how resilient the gay men are, that we should look to them as an example. I thought it was really beautiful for him to compare those things. Because the minute I heard about Corona, I was like, this is like HIV pandemic. But to have someone on his level compare it, it really kind of like made me emotional. Did it affect you guys in that way? I wonder.
I guess I just had a lot of thoughts. Obviously, I didn't grow up there, but I learned about, you know, the HIV, you know, back in the day. And it just kind of like, obviously.
Just to make clear, Ollie, I did not grow up during that either. Just wanted to make that clear. I was like, oh.
Yeah, but of course, like, I'm a little bit more like biased because like it's affecting like everyone. Like it's affecting the world as HIV did and still does. But COVID-19 is something that's affecting, like I said, it's a global pandemic. So, but I totally get his connection between not only like the gays, but obviously now people of color who are being discriminated against, you know, whether they're Black or they're Asian and whatnot. It is very like all in all, discrimination, any form of it is disgusting and wrong. So I definitely did see the connection that he was making in that as well.
Definitely.
Well said.
I would agree too. And I think that it was definitely interesting when he brought up the idea of like, you know, access to healthcare, which is a huge thing because that's kind of the parallel that we're seeing back in the day. A lot of gays didn't have the access to healthcare, which is why the HIV epidemic was so huge and so unfortunate. And it's kind of what's happening with Corona now with, you know, underprivileged communities or people who are struggling if they don't have as good access to healthcare as everybody else. So it just makes it especially hard for them. So I definitely see the connection. And I just, all in all, I just hope everything clears up soon and everything works out because it's just, I'm sure it's hard for everybody.
Sure, absolutely. It doesn't matter if you're gay, straight, whatever color you are, it's going to affect you. And I think that's unfortunately with anything that's traumatic, there's always like a beauty. And the beauty is that we're realizing that no matter who you are, you could get this. And I think that brings everyone together in a very dramatic way, which I think is really honestly very beautiful. And it's just something that really connects us all. And I think that's the whole point of our show as well, to show that the three of our experiences and whoever our guest is being gay, whatever it is, LGBTQ, and then that experience kind of translating to everyone around. So it all kind of is very full circle. Before we move on, I want to just give a shout out to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. They give us life. They helped us to create the show, the three of us, and it's so fun. Please go like, subscribe, and follow Gay Twitter on the AfterBuzz Network, and give us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts. I also want to read a couple comments from last week. Jane Johnson, who is a host at AfterBuzz, she is my friend, so it's a little biased, but she said, love this, can't wait for more. It's a little biased, but it's okay.
Love.
And then the Elixir said, awesome content, you deserve more views. Yes, we do, honey. Yes, we do. And then Mateo Aria said, just adding to one of those topics, it's important to remember that sexual attraction and romantic attraction are not mutually exclusive. Some heterosexual men may be I've never heard bi-romantic or even homo-romantic. Society has really given as much light to this concept outside of the asexual community, but it applies universally. Well, thank you, Mateo, for bringing that.
Yeah.
I've never heard
like
bi-romantic.
I like
I've
that.
only heard it once, and it was really interesting too. I understood the concept, but I do want to learn more about it because apparently it's becoming more prevalent now. So it's interesting. It's definitely the whole just love and not physical attraction. So,
I love that.
yeah.
I love that idea of like a man or woman loving the same sex, but not actually like loving, like they could be in love with that person, but not actually wanting to engage in like sexual activity with that person. Like I totally get it.
Oh, it seems very like honest. Like it seems like an honest kind of love. So I really appreciate that. And then one last one, also a host at AfterBuzz, Trina Dong, another one of my friends. It's a little biased, but it's okay. So good. This is Trio is plus Jay and Eric is perfection, and love all the fellas. Took some time to shoot some shots. Quarantine romance, y'all.
Yes.
Yes.
We have to have an update. Ollie and Jay, where are we at in this?
Oh my gosh. I plead the fifth. No.
Oh.
No. Right now I'm just solo, having fun with myself.
Yes.
Self-love, literally,
Self-love
physically.
Yes. Wash your hands before and after.
Oh, yes, girl. Yes, girl.
I love it. I'm here for it. Let's do a weird little pivot. So there's a video going around. Listen, I love Ezra Miller. He's one of my favorite actors and such a fashion icon in the makeup, and he's very femme, and I love it. But there was this video of him like choking a woman. It was like kind of going around the internet, and gay Twitter was not loving it. They were coming for him. They were cancel culture. He's saying that's not him in the video, but I watched the video like 20 times. It's him in the video. So what do we think about this? Is this like during COVID times, do we just like, not that I'm saying don't talk about it, but is this not the time to cancel people? Like we need to just like, what do we do?
Yeah, it's hella awkward. I don't know, because I'm in the same boat. Like I really value Ezra Miller. I thought, or I don't know, I can't, how do I explain this? Like I thought Ezra was a great person, but if this is in fact Ezra, which it seems like it's everyone's saying it is, it sounds like Ezra. It's very unfortunate. And I was reading the article and it said that it took place in Iceland outside a bar.
Yeah.
And so I'm thinking, okay, how is Corona like affecting Iceland, and like the bars are still open, or like what's going on? Like I have so many questions. But the fact that he like put his hands around a woman's neck who seemed non-threatening, and granted this was like 7 seconds, we don't know the full
exactly.
It just like but in my point of view, like I see it as something that like the person, the girl, she was non-threatening, she wasn't coming, it seemed very unprovoked, the attacking. And honestly it seemed like Ezra was intoxicated. I don't know, that's just my POV. So it's very unfortunate and it's disgusting, and I feel like not enough people are talking about this. I just think it's wrong to put your hands on, I think it's wrong to put your hands on anyone in general. So it's just, I am still processing it because I love Ezra, The Flash, Perks of Being a Wallflower, and Playboy shoot. Did you see that, Ezra Bunny?
No,
I haven't.
Google it.
Oh my God,
I'm
looking it up right now. I'm looking it up right now. That's amazing.
It's really sad, and Ezra, Bryant, please cut me off because I just like
I just saw the photos. My God, these photos, like he's all the way down, like spread eagle at. Oh wow, this is something. Wow.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna just chime in. I'm only gonna play devil's advocate because what I think, I 100% agree with you, Ollie, but I'm just gonna play devil's advocate, and the whole idea of this was such a short video, like you said, and it could be a completely different situation because of what events happened or what transpired right before that. You know, she could have been slapping him or throwing something at him or doing something so off the wall, and that's what kind of provoked him, but we didn't see that. So while I 100% agree that no one should touch anybody in any way, shape, or form, assault is so wrong in any way, if it was for some reason somehow provoked, or if it just got into a super escalated situation that he kind of just snapped, we don't know that because it was just at the moment of the assault, you know? So just even playing devil's advocate in that moment of like, we don't really know exactly what happened and we might never know. So, but same token, just, you know, it was definitely, like you said, an awkward situation.
It was a little cringy.
Hard to watch.
It makes me think, oh, was there, like, it was the clip edited? Is there like a full clip? Did someone edit it just and release it to just those 7 seconds? So I would just need an update, y'all. I need an update before we cancel, do the cancel confirmation, cancel my subscription to Ezra Miller,
unfollow your stand card.
I would love an update though.
Yeah, well, I'll keep my eye on this topic, but I think what he had said was that it was a joke, because he's saying it's a friend of his, but then some people are saying it's a stranger at a bar. So the stories are not corroborating. What makes me sad is that they're now threatening to cancel Flash. So I don't think that's fair to everyone that works on Flash, and they just had someone pass away that was on the cast. Like, I don't think it's appropriate to cancel a show because of that. So we'll just have to wait and see. I do want to talk about it's a kind of my favorite person in entertainment, Blac Chyna. She is doing the most at all times. And when Bryant, you said you were on Christian Mingle, I remember when she dated that 18-year-old. Remember that 18-year-old she dated from Christian Mingle? So she's a little cringy, but again, I feel like these times make celebrities crazy. And we're going to get to our check on your local celebrity segment later. Like, the celebrities are not doing so well. So she put out this thing, if you didn't see it, but like gay Twitter went nuts. They were coming for her. She's charging $950, which is pretty much most of the stimulus check, which is $1,200, for one FaceTime. We don't even know how long these FaceTimes are. Is it 30 minutes? Is it 5 hours?
Right.
And then she has a payment plan, which is even more messed up. If you can't afford to talk to Blac Chyna, you don't need to be doing an installment plan. Like, you pay your rent. Like, I don't know what's happening. What do you guys think? Brian, what's going on?
First of all, why isn't she on Cameo? That'll be the easiest option. Like, right there, just make it normal, girl. Don't just be charging random FaceTimes. How are they even paying her? How are they going to get a tax write-off for that FaceTime call? Because you can't itemize call Blac Chyna on your next year's taxes. Like,
I like Brian. He's H&R Block, honey.
Yes. Shout out to them. I get my taxes with them. But it's so hilarious. But seriously, though, like, I don't understand what she's doing. And like you said, whoever is doing this, I mean, I've heard of super fans, because everyone knows I'm a super fan of the Bella Twins. I love them so much. Yes. Don't know if I would do that, though. And don't think that they should do that. Don't think any celebrity should be doing that. And what I think, you know, just to read a little bit more into it, she's kind of taking advantage of a bad situation, you know, like, one, people have this money now, and two, everyone's kind of like looking for that social aspect. So why she's doing it, we don't know the intention. Maybe she's just trying to work. I don't know. But for me, I don't like
tacky. It's a little tacky.
Yeah. A little overpriced. No, I agree. I love that you brought up Cameo, because that's what a lot of people are doing to kind of like not only connect with people, but also make a living. Blac Chyna, in a sense, I kind of feel bad for her, because I mean, she is kind of like, she's been blackballed by like the most powerful family in Hollywood.
She really has.
And like, I feel like maybe that she brought that on herself. I don't know. I'm not really like I don't keep up with the Kardashians by any means. But literally, but it's just $950 for a FaceTime call, really. And then $250 for a follow back. I'm thinking, girl, just go to Cameo, like Bryant said. And it's just, obviously, like, she's not asking people to do it, but who is going to do that? Like, who in the right mind would honestly do that? You know, it's just like, I think a lot of reality stars, they're clearly not getting work right now in terms of like productions being shut down. They're not getting cast on Celebrity Boot Camp or whatever's going on right now. Marriage Boot Camp, that's what I meant. Or whatever, All Stars 21, you know? So I kind of just feel bad about the situation. It's very cringy, and she needs to cancel that and go to Cameo. So
yeah, she needs to go to Cameo. You know, I think Blac Chyna just, it seems like you said, when you get canceled by such a powerful family, she's just doing her best. But I think what she really needs to do is just, like you said, get on there, get a Venmo going, or go live on Instagram. And then it's crazy to me that Blac Chyna is charging $950 for a FaceTime and our show is free. Like, come on now. We are giving you free content.
Maybe this is a way for her to get attention too, because everyone's talking about this. It went
We're
viral.
talking about
if you want to come on our show.
Yes, Blac Chyna for free.
If you're watching, come on, girl. Slide into your DMs.
Yes. We want Blac Chyna and her mom. Her mom is a mess.
God, Tokyo Tony, please.
Tokyo.
Have you seen her reality show?
So bad. Oh my God. Nobody has teeth on that show.
Oh my God.
It's really crazy. I can't. Like, that show is too much. Oh,
I'm dying.
we could talk about Blac Chyna for an hour. I love her so much.
We could.
We literally could. We love her. So she can do no wrong in our eyes, even though this is ridiculous. I quickly want to touch upon Lady Gaga. She has her relief concert on April 18th. I'm assuming it's going to obviously be on YouTube. It'll be online. But she's like, has a full list of entertainers and artists. It's going to be amazing. Like, I mean, so many great people. Like, who are you guys most excited about?
Everybody. I'm actually super excited to just see how they put it together, because I've been seeing a lot of these productions online. Like, they have one tonight, or I think tonight with the ABC sing along. Which shout out Ariana Grande is singing "I Won't Say I'm in Love" from Hercules, and I am not ready. But just with Lady Gaga's own, I'm just really excited to see how she's gonna produce the whole thing and put it together. But I'm sure it's gonna be great, and of course it's for a great cause. So I just want to see everything.
Love her.
Make sure you get all your groceries, your essential items before that day, because it's the 18th. So 17th, make sure you're good to go, because you're going to want to stay home all day to watch all of it. Because that list of people was phenomenal. Like, we got Oprah in there. You know, when Oprah's in something, it's going to be amazing. Casey Musgraves.
It's dope. Oh, like, I love Casey.
There's something for everyone. Billy's on there. Obviously Gaga, Jamila Jamil, who I just idolize. It's really
She was
cool.
my favorite. That's who I was excited about. I love her.
So it's really cool. Super stacked.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool how, like, some of that, like, obviously not everyone's like an artist or a musician, but obviously they're actors or entertainers. So it's gonna be cool to see like what they have to say, what they have to offer, if they're gonna be doing any like anything cool for fans. I don't know. Like, it's just, I love that it's like we don't know a whole lot of information because they're really teasing it. So when they do promote it as very tease worthy, is that like a proper term? I don't know. Tease worthy.
That works for me.
It makes people interested and want to tune in more. So it's gonna be a blast, and I'm ready to drink my wine and watch it all day.
I just can't wait. I can't wait to see what J-Lo's gonna wear. Like,
I know.
Even in quarantine, honey, she's gonna kill it. So I just can't wait. And I know that Lady Gaga made Oprah cry when Oprah was doing her concert tour before this all went down with COVID. And so we know that Oprah's gonna bring it, and she looks up to Lady Gaga, which is like insane to say. So I can't wait to see what happens there. I think we talked about this off camera once about Call Me By Your Name. I was asking you guys if you watch it. I'm like a huge fan. I never read the books, but they're doing a sequel, which is actually going to be all about the HIV pandemic. And it's going to be like their love story in New York. So it'd be really cool to have this come out while we're still in pandemica and kind of see how they're going to navigate all of that. So are you guys here for it? Are you guys standing Call Me By Your Name? People on gay Twitter are going nuts. So
I am so ready for this. So it's so crazy that I just watched Call Me By Your Name for the first time last month. Like, it's been out for like how long? And I'm just so sorry to everyone in the gay world that I shamed for doing that, because it is such an iconic gay movie. And I finally watched it, and it was amazing. And so I literally, the same day I watched it, I went on Amazon and I bought both the books. And I'm reading the first one right now, and it is, I'm literally like on my couch like this. It's freaking like, it goes there. So I love the movie, and it was so great as well. And I'm super excited for the sequel because I want to read the book first. But I'm here for it. I'm ready. I don't know if you guys saw this hilarious TikTok about Call Me By Your Name. Basically, it was like, she's like a super popular, I think she's like a LGBT creator, but she basically made a TikTok like, we're all standing like Timothée Chalamet, who looks like an anemic Elizabethan orphan, but Armie Hammer is a Nordic god, like right there. And I'm like, that is so true, because I was looking at Timothée Chalamet the whole time, but Armie Hammer looks like that. So
it's so good. It's such a, when you quickly saw the movie and looked up something, I thought you bought a peach. I didn't know where that was going. I didn't know where we were going with that.
I did. Like, I had some time with my apricot, and it was lovely.
Not an apricot, bitch. Okay. Woo! I love it. That's awesome.
Yeah. I hope the sequel has lots of apricots for sure. I'm like Amir. I watched the film, but I didn't read the book, so But I enjoyed the first film. It was very like I feel like both actors put on such a great performance. At the end when Timothy was crying, I was like, damn, boy can act. I still don't think he's that cute. But like, but apparently a lot of women, a lot of gays think he's cute. But I'm excited to see like, because that's not every day when there's like a level of this. This film got so much accolades and it got so much awards, and it's actually getting a sequel, so it's really profound. That usually doesn't really happen, especially for like a queer film. So
Definitely.
I think I support it 100%. And shout out to Twitter, because Twitter. I don't know if you guys saw, like there was a tweet that went viral, and it was like. When Elio like opens FaceTime from Oliver for like the first time, and it's like because Armie Hammer like did a mohawk.
I saw
and
that.
It's like, did you see that?
Like, no.
He looks a mess. He looks a mess.
Did.
He looks like I would still get it, but like
for sure.
Give it up yesterday, today, or tomorrow.
he looks
but Armie Hammer's a little cuckoo. Like he was like sucking on his kid's toes. Did you see that?
Yeah.
His kids were sucking on his toes. He's a little much.
I'm scared now.
He's a character.
He's quite a character, but he's so hot. Like I would let him run me over with a car. So it's
damn. Is that a position? Is that a move? Like
yeah, it's a quarantine move.
Gotcha.
FDAU.
Yes, honey, the quarantine move. Yeah, he looks crazy in the mohawk. I just looked it up. He's a mess.
Yeah, I got scared when I saw that on gay Twitter.
But you know what? I will let him take me. It's fine. Take me away. It's all good.
To better days and hospital pills.
Right? I was gonna say before this gets inappropriate, we better move on. Okay, Brian, what do you got for us? You got us our queen, Riri, bad girl Riri. Hit us with it.
Yes, this week's Pop Diva Dish is talking about Rihanna. Rihanna is, you can't really see anything else besides she's just incredible, unproblematic, queen, stunning, amazing music, skincare, beauty, fashion, everything. She's so amazing. And above all of that, philanthropy. Like she has been doing it in philanthropy well before this COVID-19 pandemic happened, and she's killing it again now. She has done so much for Barbados, for our country, for everyone who's affected by this. She is really, really pushing it. Her and Lady Gaga are two of the forefronts in entertainment who are really taking the reins on this, and they're just absolutely amazing. So I love her so much. Basically the thing that went viral on gay Twitter with Rihanna was the fact that when she went live talking about her relief efforts, she was on a live and then basically said, fans were asking for R9, which is her next album coming out. And she's like, I'm busy saving the world, unlike your president. And everyone was like, oh my God, she just ended him right there. So it was iconic. Obviously, gay Twitter loved it. But of course, we had the other side on Twitter as well, commenting all this, that, or the other about, President Trump. So I don't know your guys' thoughts. So what do you guys think about Rihanna and just being amazing?
Ollie, what's your thoughts?
I just love the fact that like these celebrities are really actually using this time in quarantine to kind of like connect with, the politics. Like Cardi B was on live with Bernie Sanders yesterday, and it was amazing. I was like, oh my God, I want to see that. I was like, okay, in a perfect world, we would have had Bernie as president and Cardi B as VP.
Oh my God, Cardi B with the nails? She do ASMR in Parliament?
Could you have imagined?
Parliament, wrong government.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
But it's so cool. Like but it's so cool. Back to Rihanna. Like, yes, bad girl Riri can literally do no wrong. Like you said, unproblematic queen. And I love that. Gay Twitter always comes for her because of her music. Like, I hate it when people are pressured to release your music. I'm like, calm down. Like, her and Gaga are actually doing something to help the world, so she can actually eventually release her music. So shut up, calm down. Kim, people are dying. Like, that's my new favorite quote.
Yeah, Kim, people are
seriously, like literally. And I don't even watch Kardashians, like I said, but shout out to her. She literally solidified herself as like a triple threat. Like, she is like a businesswoman, entrepreneur. Like, she is making that. Well, she made her music, but she's making the Fenty Beauty. Like, she's awesome, and she's actually giving back to the community, the world. And so, shout out to you, Boo, my Pisces queen.
Yeah,
she's killing it.
Quick question.
Killing it. Yeah.
This might get controversial, but if you had to choose one, Rihanna or Beyonce?
Rihanna, 100%.
Okay, good, because I'm on the same boat.
Oh, That's really hard. How dare you?
That's a hard one.
I would say I listen to Rihanna music, so I would go with Rihanna. Like if someone gave me tickets to either Beyonce or Rihanna, I would go Rihanna concert. Sorry,
Same,
Beyonce.
yeah.
But yeah,
I always say
Beehive,
this.
don't come for us.
I know. I was like, don't cancel us.
I like
Canceled.
Beyonce. It was Bryant, so go to the Bryant Santos and attack him. Because I don't need that on my conscience. I love Beyonce. I think with Rihanna, she dated that, era billionaire. So like she went Middle Eastern honey. And I like that. And I also saw her perform at USC when I was a freshman. And she was she opened for Weezer. Damn. And she got into a taxi and drove away and no one even went after her. So I just remember, I was like, she has come so far. That girl is queen. So that's those are my 2 cents. Ollie, what do you have? Yes, Riri, bad girl Riri.
Yeah.
And now watching us.
And now Weezer's opening for Riri. No.
Yeah.
No, Weezer would die to do that.
But
Weezer
for real,
would die to open for Rihanna. I mean, come on.
For real. Okay, so obviously, I'm so sorry. This weekly read all about it. I have to talk about Tiger King again. I'm so sorry.
Yes,
But
okay.
The good thing about the topic is that you don't need to actually see to know this story, like the whole entire documentary series. But the huge thing that happened last week, literally, like honestly, like not yesterday, but last week when we wrapped the show, like this story came out, and I was like, oh my god, I just did gay Twitter. Like I could have brought this up. So, one of the characters in Tiger King named Saf was actually misgendered throughout the entire Netflix limited series. And everyone thought Saf was a female, but come to find out, Saf identifies as male. And so Saf just kind of, it was an article in the Daily Mail, and it was a huge shock to the Twitterverse. And obviously gay Twitter came in and was like, wow, my favorite character from Tiger King, because let's be honest, Saf was the only likable character in the entire series, because everyone was problematic AF. And so everyone started coming for the producers about misgendering, and Saf kind of like released some statements saying that this happens all the time. Saf he's used to it a lot. And in a way, like I really like that about this person, because Saf is so comfortable with themselves. They don't care what everyone else thinks, but at the same time, the social justice warrior inside of me is like, no, Saf, stand up for yourself. Like, this is not okay, So I see both sides. It's like, the producers of the show really kind of did Saf dirty, because, like I said, Saf was the only likable character in that whole entire Netflix documentary series. And I did want to read some tweets real quick.
Yes,
from Twitter. At Wispy said, I just found out that my favorite person, Saf from Tiger King, is actually a man and was just misgendered throughout the entire documentary. So huge. Shout out to this king. And so also in the article, there's a whole thing about, Joe marrying straight men, and then there's this whole issue that, maybe bisexuality was kind of like erased in this, because no one really thought about it, because he obviously got divorced and the husbands or ex-husbands went with women. And so like a lot of people took an issue with that, how that was never really, they just were labeled straight men, and no one really took the time to like delve into the potential of bisexuality. So people were saying on Twitter, at Maurice Davey 2, the whole Joe's husbands are straight argument is founded on the idea bisexuality doesn't exist. # Tiger King. So I just want to know your guys' thoughts on this. Obviously, it's not our place to say like what people's sexual orientation is, but it brings up really good queer topics and discussions.
Yes,
it
definitely.
Brian, take it away.
The biggest issue here is the misgendering. Like you said, on the part of Netflix of not even acknowledging that, of having, I'm not sure, I haven't watched the show, but if you were saying that it's such a prominent character, having such a prominent character displayed on a network that we thought is very progressive. I imagine Netflix that they pretty much do it right by the LGBT community for the most part. And for this, it's such a huge thing for them to not. So, and the fact that Tiger King has now gotten so much press and is one of the like most buzzworthy things happening right now. And for this to come to light is very, very unfortunate. I do want to check it out because I do want to see what everyone is raving about. And hopefully I'll get more context there. But just overall, the misgendering is completely wrong. And I'm happy that he stood up for himself and acknowledged, who his true gender and everything, and made sure everyone knew.
Yes. I definitely piggyback off of what Brian said. I think it's great that he's now kind of taking ownership of his gender and being more open. But the only way for me to just play a little devil's advocate for the producers, I feel like it seems like based on the interview I saw with Saf, and I saw some videos of, I don't watch the show, but I watched Saf. And he seemed like even when his arm got bitten off, he came to work a couple of days later. He just seems like a team player and very like willing to kind of go along. So I hope that the producers didn't kind of like make him feel intimidated so he couldn't speak up.
Got it.
But like, I think maybe Saf wasn't able to speak up for his gender. And then now that the show got so big, he probably got a lot of DMs and he felt support enough to kind of speak up, which I think is beautiful. I'm not saying he shouldn't speak up. I'm just saying I think the producers probably were not like a lot of people on gay Twitter were like, oh, these producers need to be canceled. I was like, they're not, like, when you're producing that much content for a documentary, you're gonna miss something, you know?
Sure.
So I just think we have to kind of give them the benefit of the doubt as well.
Yeah, the silver lining is that like this does create the discussion about like allowing to maybe the producers to come out eventually and say, like, oh, I'm so sorry, we were rushing. Zap didn't openly say it, you know. So it does. There's a silver lining in everything for sure.
Definitely.
Absolutely. So I think it's like, thank you, Ollie. That was like very enlightening, and you always take us deep, which we need. And it's like,
well, I do like it deep. No,
same here.
Yes.
Just saying, you know,
in my gut.
Yes. I love, you know what? Listen, I love it.
Yeah, it's been a while. I'm sorry.
It's
National Same here.
It's National Horny Day. Did you know that on Twitter? I found
is.
out.
Oh my God. I love that.
Great day to do the show. I think every day for me is National Horny Day, but that's fine.
Let's be real. Let's be real.
I'm just, it's the Middle Eastern, a strong wind and she's hard. But anyways, let's move on before we get more inappropriate, and we're going to wrap up soon. But I just want to do quickly my favorite segment, check on your local celebrity. So we have two that we need to check on. Ellen is one of them. She did a live and she ended up deleting it. She did it with her co-star Twitch, who is a Black man, which is important because she went on to say, this house is like being in jail and everyone wears the same thing and everyone is gay here. So gay Twitter ripped her to shreds because you know what? Last week or 2 weeks ago, we talked about her, being mean. And then now they're coming for her with this. So let me read some tweets and then I want to hear what you guys think about this. So one of them was really funny. It was like Whitney McIntosh, she's verified. She said, also nice of her to throw in an everyone in jail is gay, act gay joke in there as a cherry on top of her usual garbage. They came for her. And then, yes. And then it's Gundam is a gay Twitter guy verified as well. Said Ellen DeGeneres comparing isolation in her mansion to jail, laughing emojis. Guess her designer clothes are her jumpsuit, huh? It was really funny. It was really good. I loved it. Kyle Bella said unfollowed 2 gay fashion Instagram accounts after they posted in Diet Prada that it was no big deal that Ellen joked about being in prison at her $25 million second home, ain't got time for people who are that tone deaf. So those gay Instagram accounts, just so you know, they are white gay men, cisgender. They went in, they're like, what's the big deal? Like, it's funny. She's a comedian. But I think that personally, this is my opinion, I want to hear from you guys. I think that, like, listen, it is your duty as a celebrity to do better. So what do you guys think? What are your thoughts on Ellen?
I don't want to come from this from a biased perspective because I'm pretty biased about Ellen at this point. Of all these stories we've heard, trying to give her the benefit of the doubt, but it feels like more people are just coming out with stories about her, and they may be true, they may not be true, but all of that in mind already, plus this, it's like she just seems so not aware of herself or what she's doing. Like, and not like that she's not like ignorant, it's the wrong word, like just not aware. Like she's so like dumb. Like seriously, like why would you why would you just go and say something so like off the wall? And she's trying to be funny. She claims she's a comedian. I don't know who gave her the right to be a comedian. She's not even funny. But like
is this when you said you're not coming from?
But I'm just all I'm gonna say is that she's not the LGBT icon that everyone says she is. But I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna try and give her the benefit of the doubt, and yeah, I'm just gonna
Yeah, we don't want Ellen to come for us. She has a great stand-up. She did the whole, her comedy is very relevant. I'm not coming for who she is. I think that a lot of times what's important in these segments about check on your celebrity that I want to make very clear is that we're checking on a celebrity because now they don't have the network of people to go through their content. So what they're creating is really how they feel. So when she's saying this stuff, she's trying to be funny, but you know what? It's a great opportunity to educate. So I think that I hope that Twitch, as a Black man who he had said that he had, family that have been in jail, and a lot of people of color go to jail. I hope that he had a conversation with her. Listen, Ellen, this isn't right. And listen, that video was quickly deleted by YouTube. So there is no evidence of that video. It was edited together. It was cut out. So I think she hopefully has learned like some lesson, and maybe she's becoming more open. But Ollie, do you think that's like it's getting through to Ellen? I hope. Are we getting through to her?
I hope so.
Okay.
I just don't find her that like funny anymore. I don't know maybe Ellen might be going through something personally, who knows? But I think because I really looked up to Ellen growing up, especially with her show and like how she's just been a trailblazer and everything that she did do. Granted, she has made some stupid like untalented white kids like super famous by bringing them on the show and they like have nothing to offer. But like at the same time, like I feel like maybe something has happened to Ellen. I don't really know, but she just seems different from my perspective. And obviously what you guys are saying, like she's done some certain things like that are very questionable. So I don't really know the full extent of like what she might be going through. And it's very unfortunate that like she doesn't really check herself and apologize all the time or come out and say things that she should, own up to certain things, because I would find that more commendable from her, and my trust in her would be like fully restored.
Right, restored. Like the problem is like you made such a good point. She's not really apologizing for these things. She hasn't like publicly come out. She just kind of deleted it and just kind of hoped that it would go away. Unfortunately, with gay Twitter, they're really on things. Twitter knows what's up. They're gonna catch it and they're gonna bring it to win. And people are gonna take screenshots and have receipts. So I just to wrap up, I want to talk about something kind of like get away from Ellen a little bit. I want to get into TikTok because I love TikTok and I know I see Brian's videos and I love it. So there is a really famous TikToker named Rob Anderson. He is like, it's I Heart Robert. So he does these great videos where he does like mashups. So he came for this Nickelodeon star, Paul Butcher, who was literally copying his videos like verbatim. But what is interesting is Ira Madison III, who I love as a gay Twitter like icon, he commented saying on Twitter, said, "Imagine calling someone out for stealing your ideas," in quotes, "when most of your videos are just recreating memes of Black women. As long as he's hot, I guess, exclamation point, exclamation point." So what do you guys think? Are you guys kind of understanding where I Heart Robert is coming from, or do you kind of understand what Ira is saying? Thought it was interesting what he brought up.
I think it's like, obviously, okay. I see. Okay. Let's unpack this real quick.
Let's unpack it real quick.
So I totally get what Ira's saying. Like I am team Ira in this position for sure, because honestly, like this guy, what's his name again? Like I've seen the video. Like I saw actually.
His name is Rob Anderson.
Rob Anderson.
Paul Butcher copied him. It's like a white Nickelodeon comedian guy.
Which like, yeah, you shouldn't copy people because like I get it, okay, but at the end of the day, I feel like everyone's copying everyone. Everyone's doing these challenges, and you are already famous yourself. You went viral with your stupid TikToks that honestly are not that funny. Like you literally, like Ira said, you're just attractive and masculine presenting, and right. So like that's the only reason why you're famous. That's literally all I see is trending. All these fit white guys that are super masculine presenting, they get super famous because of that. So I shout out to Ira. Obviously, don't try not to copy and like, tag people for credit, whatever, BS.
True.
But Ira, I stand. I love that.
Well said.
I love that Ira called him out.
Yes, well said. I love that. Brian, real quick.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate because I actually like his videos.
I guess I'm just
fine.
not into TikTok. I'm sorry.
No, same. But I 100% agree that
we don't want to agree on everything. It's fine.
Yeah, when I saw that he brought up the whole thing with Paul Butcher, I was like, okay, that's super true. Why would he copy? Because I totally understand the whole idea of like remixing or like just paying homage to someone or using their inspiration, but it was so close. It was essentially copying, and knowing that he has a bigger following, he's obviously going to get more traction. So that's kind of where Rob is coming from. But I 100% agree with Ira as well that, just to unpack TikTok, there is so much drama behind TikTok. No matter how much I love it, it is very, very prominently known that it features white straight people 99% of the time.
Yeah, it's very anti-LGBTQ. It'll delete videos. Like if I have friends that have posted, and then if it's like too risque, but then they'll allow the straight guy to post it. So there's a lot of stuff that happens. That we're gonna keep bringing you these stories, and we're gonna bring you stuff from gay Twitter and TikTok, and we're gonna visit back to here. Next week on the 18th for Lady Gaga's concert. We're gonna give you a little update on that. So a lot's gonna happen. We're very excited. But tell us in the meantime, Brian, where can everyone follow you?
Yay! You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok at the Bryant Santos, and also on AfterBuzz TV's Quarantine with the Stars.
Yes, guys, and I'm Ollie
Ollie.
Drennan. Follow me on all social media platforms, Twitter and Instagram at Ollie Dreamer.
Yes, and I am Amir Yasai. You can follow me at Amir Yas _ on Instagram and Twitter and TikTok, honey. I need some love. Come tell me I'm young. All of these kids keep calling me old, and I can't deal with it. I know. It's so
We love
sad.
you.
You're not
I
old.
love you guys too. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Everyone be safe, and we love you, and we'll be here next week for Gay Twitter. Mwah. Bye.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.